Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 4 of season 7 of Riverdale, chapter 121, Love and Marriage. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review for episode 4 of season 7 of Riverdale, Chapter 121, Love and Marriage. I was really worried for Jughead and Ethel when they were being questioned, since even though they looked really guilty, we knew that Jughead wasn't involved in the murder of Ethel's parents, and in that moment, I also stopped believing that Ethel killed her parents. It was a relief to see Veronica agree to help Jughead and Ethel by looking for Ethel's parents' coroner's report in order to find out when Ethel's parents were murdered so they could prove that Jughead and Ethel were innocent. I didn't blame Archie for being surprised when Julian confronted him about going all the way with Cheryl, since they actually didn't. And I already thought that Archie was a good guy, but he proved that even more by agreeing to help Cheryl by going along with her story. But I also didn't blame Mary for how she reacted. And from the point of view of Mary and the Blossom family, it made sense when they decided to have dinner together to discuss what they were going to do. And they decided that Archie and Cheryl had to get married. I felt really sorry for Betty when she was crying to Tony about breaking up with Kevin because she wanted to take the next step in their relationship, but Kevin said that he wanted to wait until marriage. Obviously, we knew that Kevin was dealing with his sexuality, but it was still really sad to see Betty so upset. I also felt sorry for Betty when she saw Kevin and Clay dancing together. But it was really nice that Tony tried to prevent Betty from seeing it. But now Betty knows what's happening with Kevin. But it was really annoying how Alice reacted when Betty told her. I was glad when Veronica got Jughead out of jail by proving that he was at the sock hop when Ethel's parents were murdered. And we also finally got proof that Ethel didn't kill her parents, since she was with Julian, who tried to take advantage of her. After hearing that, I was wondering how Jughead and Veronica were going to get Julian to admit it, since he wasn't going to do it on his own. And Jughead punching Julian and yelling at him worked out pretty well. I wonder how long it's going to be until we find out who really killed Ethel's parents. In my last Riverdale review, I suspected that it was Hal, and that makes a lot of sense. It was pretty funny when Archie and Cheryl were taking their compatibility test, since they clearly weren't compatible. So I thought it was weird that it was decided that they were, and that they were going to get married. It was also really sweet when Kevin told Betty that if he knew how he felt, he wouldn't have wasted Betty's time. And Betty said that she can't pretend she understands how Kevin's feeling, but that their relationship was not a waste of time. I was surprised when Midge told Fangs that she thought she was pregnant. And the pregnancy test that Tony created with the frog was really strange. But it apparently proved that Midge was pregnant, which meant that Fangs had to ask Midge's parents for their blessing to marry Midge, which didn't go very well since they told Fangs to stay away from Midge. So I was glad when Tony told Fangs that she was going to help him get Midge's parents' blessing by helping him become a rock star. It made sense that Archie only told Betty the truth about him and Cheryl. And Betty's reaction was very understandable. I also didn't blame Archie and Cheryl for how they reacted when Clifford told them what their life was going to be like after they were married, since it meant that they would have to give up the dreams that they had for their respective futures. So Archie and Cheryl decided that they would run away and elope, but Tony overheard them, and it was clear that she was going to do something to stop Cheryl. After Kevin told Betty that Alice had given him the pin for him to give to Betty, it didn't surprise me that Betty was upset and confronted Alice. I was also upset along with Betty when Alice told her that she sent Ethel to the Sisters of Quiet Mercy. It also made sense that Betty was also upset when Alice told her that she burned the sex book that Betty had found at Ethel's house. 1955 Alice reminds me of season 1 Alice a lot. Since I want Cheryl and Tony to get back together, I was glad that Tony talking to Cheryl changed Cheryl's mind about leaving with Archie. And Cheryl also told Archie to write a poem for Betty, which he does. Tony also gave Cheryl the book The Cost of Pepper to see if it resonates with her. I'm really excited to see what happens next with Cheryl and Tony. It looks like Archie didn't get a chance to tell Mary that his marriage to Cheryl was called off since Mary got Uncle Frank to come to knock some sense into Archie. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. I also felt really bad for Jughead since he felt like he failed Ethel since she was sent to the Sisters of Quiet Mercy. So I agreed with Veronica when she told Jughead that he didn't fail Ethel. He saved her. And then Jughead and Veronica kissed, which I actually saw coming the moment they started working together. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Riverdale reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future Riverdale reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.